G'day everybody, we're back out with the 1912 short magazine Lee Enfield. Got 5 rounds in the magazine here, might top it off with a few more if we can get some hits. Target out at 400 metres. I'm going to see if I can get a couple on. A little bit windy, wind coming in sort of from my 10 o'clock, not a hell of a lot. But again, it's not simple to see where my shots fall, so hopefully we can get a few on target and show that just because they're old doesn't mean they don't work anymore. And I've got rim lock, which is cool. Alright, so that's 4 out of 5 hits at 400 metres. Not terrible considering. Yeah, it's pretty good fun to be honest. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to show you what this magazine cutoff is. That you don't really see on the later 303s, most of them anyway. So I'll put a couple rounds in the magazine. The idea being, this is in colonial times, that you'd have, say, a full mag. You close the cutoff, right? I can't pick any rounds up. Say you're in combat and the enemy is at distance and they're advancing over several hundred metres. You'd be instructed to fire in, I guess, volleys. So you'd load one round, and just as in single feed, you'd shoot. And it wouldn't pick up another, so you'd load another round. So the enemy's still at 300 metres. They're running towards you. You'd shoot. Right, the buggers are getting a bit close now. So you'd open your magazine cutoff, and you could rapid fire. And so that's how the intent of those were. Once they got into the First World War, stuff like that was sort of a Victorian era thing, I guess. It was irrelevant, and it soon faded as sort of non-essential off new production firearms, to the extent they even removed it off some that were already in service. So I hope you find that interesting. I certainly do. And you've also got here these lobbing sights. They're hard to see. I'll put some B-roll in. But you wind this knob around. So let's say there's several thousand targets. So there's some targets at 2,000 metres, you know, several thousand enemy soldiers. So let's say they're at 2,500 metres, or yards this would be in. We'd put that knob round to there, there's a little knob here. We'd raise this rear sight, and you would line up your rear aperture with the little knob. So as you can see, my same target, if that was 2.4K or whatever I set it on, I'd set that there, and that would be the angle that I'd sort of put the trajectory of my bullet on. And so big lobbing shots, huge arcs, no real accuracy involved in it, but if you had say 500 soldiers or several thousand soldiers lobbing rounds at say 20 a minute, rapid fire using the lobbing sights, you could deny an area of ground to the enemy, or in fact inflict casualties on them. If they were massing behind a hill or something, they could use it like indirect artillery fire, if you know what that is. Anyway, it's a bit of a irrelevant thing now, but nonetheless interesting. So if you find a 303 with that on it, that's what they are. They're for extreme long range military use, essentially, in an inaccurate fire sort of way. Cool. Alright, I'm going to try a couple shots on the 500. So we'll see how I get on there.